Out with Rico and Kayla is about to go live online. Catch All Out Monster hit music, All Out celebrity interviews, All Out showbiz and sports news, All Out fun, an exclusive on the Monster. Catch the stream on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931. Your All Out hosts, Rico Robles and Kayla Rivera. Stand by and enjoy the program.
Hey everyone, you guys are locked into All Out with me, Kayla Rivera. It's another fantastic Friday here on the Monster. Why? Well, because we are joined by the one and only international pop music sensation behind the hit song, Here's Your Perfect, and so many more. Everyone, we are talking about, and please welcome Jamie Miller.
Woo! What's up? How's it going?
Yeah. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much, Jamie, for joining us here today. Where are you actually joining us from today?
I'm joining you from my home in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Amazing, amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And I mean, how has everything been with you? What have you been up to these past few days, weeks?
I've been busy. My album drops tomorrow, so today I've been in rehearsals because we're doing a release party tomorrow, which is really exciting. And then just been busy in the studio, you know how it goes, but I've been enjoying every second of it and I just love it.
Amazing. Okay, so you mentioned your album is coming out tomorrow. Can you tell us more about Long Way Home? I mean, we've heard the single, but can you tell us more actually about the single and the album?
Yeah, I feel like this album I've been working on for a couple of years now. I feel like my life changed so drastically, and I went from working in a call center to all of a sudden being on the other side of the world in Los Angeles, like with songs that were popping off. And I just feel like during that moment of like where everything started to change, I think I started to lose myself a little bit and just like realize, like lose what mattered to me, like when I first started. So I feel like this is a song about just talking about like my own experiences, whether it be like what I've gone through, like losses. I've lost a lot of people, like friendships, and gained some people along the way. And I think just talking about my roots, where I came from, and just my experiences along the way, heartbreak, of course, falling in love and then losing that. And I think this album just speaks. It's like a roadmap to like my healing journey. So.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, it sounds like this album was very vulnerable to you, with you mentioning a lot of, where you came from. You mentioned you started off as a call center agent.
Yes.
That's amazing. So, I mean, how long were you doing that for? And like, did your love for music begin ever since you were really young? And then, you got into that job and then you wanted to break out of that and really pursue music? Or how did that journey go for you?
Yeah, I was doing that for a couple of years. I never really intended for that to like be my passion in life. I wasn't really the smartest kid in school, so I just ended up in that job because my sister worked for the call center. She ended up getting me a job, and that's kind of where my life was at. And I was talking to my mom, and she signed me up for The Voice, and then kind of music was always been a passion of mine. I think it's just from where I grew up in the town that I grew up in, there wasn't a lot of opportunity. So I feel like it was kind of hard. But after The Voice and one of the Kardashians crazily found me, she said I was a new favorite singer, Chloe, which that absolutely just changed my life. But yeah, it kind of just happened. Like it wasn't really like, I don't know how it happened, but I'm here. I'm just like, what is going on? So yeah.
I mean, okay, so it sounds like everything happening kind of went against all odds. I mean, you deserve it, but at the same time, like what you were saying is, you were from a town that didn't really have a lot of opportunities. So what kind of advice would you give to those that also feel like they're in that same, situation where, oh, I don't know where to start or I don't really have connections? What advice could you give them?
Yeah, I think that's like a good question because I had no connections. Like even like I grew up in the most normal hometown. It's a very small place called Cardiff in Wales, and I think for me it was just more like I didn't want to where I grew up to define where I went in life. And I feel like for me, I just stayed consistent on social media and like made sure that I was posting and like doing everything I possibly could to get recognized. And I feel like with TikTok and Instagram and all these amazing platforms out there, it gives artists nowadays a real shot to do what they want and to make their dreams come true. And I feel like that's just one thing that I've always stuck by is like, it doesn't matter where you came from or the street that you grew up on, like you can create your own destiny. As cliche as that sounds, but it really just changed my life, being consistent and wanting it enough for it to happen. So that's what I would say.
Mhm. And I mean, you mentioned, well, yeah, creating your own destiny. And now that you've gotten to this point, and
Mhm.
you mentioned that you felt like you lost yourself at one point, but you have found yourself again. How did you come about that? And now that you reflect back on yourself, maybe a few years ago until today, how have you grown? And maybe if you could give yourself like advice from like that first day that you began, what would that advice be?
I would say like I don't think there's never like a guidebook for when you become successful. So I think when it happens, it's just really tough to like try and navigate. Like, here's your perfect happened in the pandemic, and then all of a sudden, I was on these interviews and I was doing these nighttime TV shows and I was getting all these accolades and awards, and I just really just felt like I was so disassociated with my own life, and I feel like I really needed to take a step back on what mattered to me. I feel like I was in the wrong crowds. I was just honestly just not who I grew up to be. And I feel like it was just because I just got so lost in the moment. And I understand now when you see like celebrities like going like not crazy, I don't know what the right word would be, but like just having a lot of pressure on them. I kind of understand that because there's so many cooks in the kitchen and there's so many people telling you what to do. And I think it got to a point where I just was like, I don't want anybody to tell me what to do now. I want to be Jamie. I feel like me being myself is going to be the one thing that helps me win. And I feel like I just was hiding that for so long. And I feel like that was the one thing that was missing. And that was a missing part of the puzzle. And I don't know if I've answered your question correctly, but yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. And I mean, in order for you to stay true to who Jamie is, you came from the small town that you're from. Um, what do you do to keep yourself grounded? Maybe asides keeping, you mentioned your mom earlier,
Yeah.
keeping that circle around you, but is there anything else that you do, just to keep yourself grounded and reminded of who you are?
Yeah. I think for me, I started to like go on hikes. I've started to work out. I have some really good friends around me. I used to be a little bit of a partier. I've completely stopped that for a little bit. But yeah, I just feel like this is like the most present I've felt in life right in this moment. And it feels incredible. And I feel like I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. And my family are incredible and they keep me grounded. So I feel like, yeah, I'm just happy right now, and I feel like it is taking a long time to just feel at peace with life, kind of, and yeah, I just feel really, really good.
Good. Well, I mean, we're happy to hear that. And, you mentioned Here's Your Perfect. And with you mentioning that song, I mean, you have tons and tons, of course, of fans all over the world, but a lot of fans here in the Philippines. And especially when you came over here and you sang on our, variety show Ass Up. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched that video and was so excited to see you on the show, especially with Morissette. How was that experience for you coming to the Philippines and collaborating with not just Morissette, but also with Moira? So if you could share with us that experience.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the stuff I did previously to coming out was like on Zoom and going doing these virtual performances. So actually being there in person and just seeing like the fans in person it's honestly one of my favorite places in the entire world that I've been to, and I always have such a warm welcome. So I cannot wait to get back out there soon, hopefully. And I just love it. And I think Moira and Morissette are so talented, and you guys have the best singers on planet Earth in the Philippines. So I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh. Amazing. I mean, with you sharing a lot of like compliments for Filipino singers, is there any other artists that you would ever want to collaborate with or eyeing?
I would love to. Well, that's a good question. I would love. I'm a big fan of Zach DeBulo, Ben and Ben. I think are incredible. I would love to do something with them. Everyone, like everyone's so talented. It's hard to pick. So
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Monsters, we are manifesting for that collaboration with Zach the Woodlow, Ben and Ben. I'm sure so many more would love to collaborate with you as well. But I mean, I would love to continue our conversation for longer. We only have you for a few more minutes. But I mean, aside your album coming out tomorrow, very exciting stuff. Speaking of exciting stuff, anything else lined up? Anything else in store for us to watch out for?
yeah, I'm announcing something tomorrow, and I feel like there's gonna be a world tour coming, which I'm very excited about. So hopefully, the Philippines is gonna be on that, and yeah, I'm just excited. I'm excited for my album to finally be in the fans' hands, and just very excited about everything going on right now in life. And I really appreciate you having me on. I really appreciate it. It's good to speak to you guys again.
Of course, of course. Thank you so much for your time. And speaking of giving thanks, is there a message you'd like to share with all of your Filipino fans?
Yeah. Hey guys, what's up? It's Jimmy Miller. I just want to say I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank you for all the support. And yeah, I hope you guys like the album.
Yes. Okay. So thank you so much, Jamie. And congratulations in advance. And we will see you soon here in the Philippines, manifesting it.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you so much. All right, monsters. So that is all for our Fantastic Friday. This has been Kayla Rivera. And thank you once again to Jamie Miller for joining us here on The Monster. Bye.
Bye.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview.